The words you have chosen, parents will be ashamed, sisters will be ashamed, entire society will feel ashamed. The pervert mind, the perversion you and your henchmen have exhibited. This is what Justice Suryakant said today while hearing a plea by YouTuber Ranveer Allahbadia. The social media influencer had requested the two-judge bench of the Supreme Court to club the multiple FIRs lodged against him in various parts of the country after he made a crass joke on comedy show India's Got Latent. Allahbadia's lawyer also told the court that he and even his family are now facing death threats. But the court was not amused. Justice Kant first asked the lawyer if he defended such a statement and then queried what really are the parameters of obscenity and vulgarity. The court then berated Allahbadia, saying if this is not obscenity, then what is? See the language you're using. Have you got the license to speak all kinds of things? The court then said he's insulting parents also. There is something dirty in this person's mind that has been spread through this program. Why should the court favor him? Somebody thinks that just because they have become so popular, they can speak any kind of words and take society for granted. At this point, the counsel for Allahbadia had already said that he personally is disgusted by the language of the joke, but the issue here is the misuse of process and, more importantly, of a threat to someone's life. He said that one of the co-accused has been threatened with an acid attack. A man has said online that he will give a reward of 5 lakh rupees to anyone who chops off Ranveer Allahbadia's tongue. To this, Justice Kant said that if you can seek cheap publicity by using abusive language, the person extending a threat is also seeking publicity. The judge then reiterated that the words chosen by Allahbadia have shamed parents, sisters and all of society, and that what he and his henchmen have exhibited is a perverted mind. As for the issue of the threat itself, the court said the law will take its own course. No one is supporting the threats and the state will provide necessary protection. But what was perhaps quite flummoxing is that when a specific mention was made by Allahbadia's lawyer of how a former WWE wrestler, Saurav Gurjar, has made a threat video where he has said no one can save Ranveer Allahbadia if the two come face to face, this is what the court replied. They said, probably he is not getting matches. Wrestlers are one of the most innocent class of players. With the greatest of respect, is one then to understand that these threats are to be brushed off as mere publicity stunts? Who will defend a citizen's safety in the face of such threats if not the highest court of law? And is there also an insinuation that somehow Ranveer Allahbadia and others on that show brought this upon themselves by using abusive language for cheap publicity? Anyway, for what it's worth, Allahbadia did get interim relief today at the end of this tongue lashing. There is a stay on his arrest subject to the condition that he will join investigation whenever summoned. No further FIRs will be lodged against him on the same charges related to that joke he cracked. He can approach the police in Maharashtra or Assam if he fears a threat to his life, and if any further FIR is registered, arrest in that will also be stayed. The downside is that he will have to deposit his passport with the Mumbai police and he can perform no further shows until further orders, pretty much translating into a temporary ban on any of his performances. Nobody would have imagined that one joke, however crass, distasteful and cringe-worthy, would result in the pause button being slammed on someone's career. But that is pretty much what Ranveer Allahbadia faces. But even that isn't the troubling part. The truly worrying aspect is, can one joke actually open you up to a deluge of threats where even your parents, your family is fair game? And can all of this, all of these death threats, threats of chopping off your tongue, simply be brushed off as an outcome of your actions or a publicity stunt? I'll leave that to your wisdom.